went out and got it. I knew I had to do it. So yeah, I really do enjoy it. It runs well on my machine. It's been several years. I was kind of going back and forth between Euro Truck or American Truck Simulator, and I figure I wouldn't have the chance to drive around Europe, so I thought I'd do that. Plus, it was cheaper, and it was older, and you know, I figured that I could get the American one later. It's a 1/20th scale of a lot of different cities in Europe, so you know, it's a truck simulator. So you start off as sort of freelance. You work your way up, you buy a truck, then you can work for a company, then you can run your own company, sort of stuff like that. And I don't know what else to say. Other than that, I got my my profile here. I got certain skills. This kind of shows certain things that I'm working on. I could bring non-flammable gases, and I could go certain distances up to 350 kilometers. I think you start off at 250. I've got some email. Just kind of shows you things that you can buy trucks, and get loans. And there's companies that'll send emails so they're looking for drivers. Down, where was it? Skill progress history. Here it shows you my first one was, so I based myself out of Rotterdam. I'll go to the world map real quick. So this is Europe. So the main game comes with pretty much all of England and most of Germany, some of Western France along here, Northern Italy, and Western Poland. So I had to go ahead and get the DLC, of course. Couldn't leave it at that. So now I got go East DLC, which brings you all the way out into Poland, down into Hungary. It's got Scandinavia up through Scandinavia, Sweden, Norway. It's got west as far as I got the Vive la France one, which covers most of France, and then I got the Italia one, which lets you go all the way out into Sicily. So it covers a lot of ground. So, and that's all the DLCs out for it now. There's mods, so I don't really run mods. This kind of shows you where I went. I started off yesterday in game and did my first drive out. I did a first drive in Rotterdam, so I decided to pick a headquarters. Thought, well, Rotterdam's kind of ish. I would do England, but I kind of wanted to be on the continent to get some of these places easier. Well, that said, then my second job was from Rotterdam to Lille. Then I had a job from Lille to Calais. Then I took the ferry to Dover and back out to Felixstowe and the ferry back to Rotterdam. Then I ran out to Amsterdam, and I'm going to take a job, my next job, from Amsterdam, I believe. Look at the job market. So this is your option now so these are the cities I've been to, so I could start from those cities. I figure I'm in Amsterdam, like physically I ended up there, so I'll drive out of there. Right now it's listing my available jobs by price. So the highest price goes first, 4,800 euros to bring 14 tons of grapes to Dusseldorf, someplace I've never been. Goat cheese to Lille, roof tiles to Felixstowe. There's another page. There's a lot from Amsterdam to Felixstowe, which would bring you down to Rotterdam and take the ferry probably. Use Osnabrück. I want to go someplace I haven't been yet, mostly because I'm still new at this and I'm trying to get to places. Now, my most lucrative job is going to Dusseldorf, so I could either go there or Osnabrück, which is also, well, that's in Western Germany. Brussels. I've never been to Brussels, although I've been through Belgium on one of my routes from Groningen, which is also in the Netherlands. Which is the cheapest one, Eurogoods. These are fake companies, but it's pretty cool. They've got them set all throughout the country. Let me actually go back to the world map real quick. This is sort of the outside map. When you go in, you can see these are the actual highways. It shows you where the gas stations are, the rest stops, and so forth. As you go in closer, it even shows you in these cities here in Rotterdam. There's a Transanet, WGCC, Sand Builders. They all do different sorts of stuff, and they're sort of spotted throughout Europe. So there's different companies here in Amsterdam. So you get to go to some of the new countries, or the new companies. Now again, there's mods that have actual companies and actual lines, but I like playing the regular game. It's the most stable. Okay, so back out here again, I'm going to start from Amsterdam where I'm at. I think I'm going to go to 14 tons of grapes from Eurogoodies. I don't know what happens when you click on a standard delivery. The kind of truck, it's a Mercedes-Benz 500 tons. Now I never drove the Mercedes yet. This is my 7th drive. This actually has a bit of a route here, 312 kilometers, trip time 4 hours 59 minutes, and I have until, well, the offer expires. They need it there by Tuesday 1334 to 2034, so I got 10 hours. So I'm going with that. That's my longest drive yet too. So better get started. Take job is going to put me right out there. That's a screenshot from the Truck Simulator America, which I'm eventually going to get to because I really like this. Actually, I played the demo and I really enjoyed it. Okay, so different cameras. This kind of puts you outside. Shows you out here. We are in Amsterdam. The cities are modeled fairly good. I mean, I like the clouds. Again, this is a standard game. And here I'm driving for LKW. That's my little. I'll put that away real quick. So there's my truck. There's my rig. There's where I'm at. Different camera angles. There's a top down if you're having problems with parking. And over the hood, looking out the window, on the bumper, off one of the side here, and then this is sort of the chase camera. I can start out with that. I think if I go to 9 to go back in. Alright, so here I'm in the cabin. This is the Mercedes-Benz of trucks. Literally the Mercedes of trucks. I got my little bed back there in case I got to rest. I don't think I'm going to have to. I've got a nice panel here. I'm going to go ahead and turn. This is a cool thing. If I turn out the window here, it sort of puts your head out the window. So you could turn to look out traffic. Your mirrors are accurate. I've even got a front mirror that shows right there. I can't zoom in inside the cab, but it shows you my bumper so I could see my front bumper. So I'm going to turn her on. There's my display. It's even got my GPS on there and everything. So I really don't even need to open up any other side panels. But if I click on some of these buttons here, I could bring up a virtual mirror so I could see a little bit better, so I don't have to be looking right at the mirrors. But I like to do the mirrors as much as I can. This here's my route planner and so forth. If I change this, it can zoom all the way out. So here shows where I am in Amsterdam, all the way down to where I'm in the parking lot. This is sort of my way bill. So I got cargo, 14 tons of grapes. It's gonna make me. Well, I currently have 16,000 euros in the bank, saving to drive a truck. There's a fuel. You can see the fuel indicator there, although it's also on my dashboard someplace. I think if I go it changes my information on the dash there, which is pretty cool. I think I want to keep my fuel meter up there. When they expect me, my income, how much time remains, so I can get there. I think passage of time sped up, obviously, but not too much. Time of day goes slow enough. So I'm not worried enough that I gotta get out of this parking lot as fast as possible. Here I can call for assistance, or it'll show me my damage, and there's no short messages yet. I have. I'm gonna go back to my GPS. There's also a picture of a bed up there. Your driver actually needs, if you use the simulator, he could need rest. So I haven't had to sleep. There's certain places you can pull over and get rest, but again, it affects your jobs. You might need to do it between jobs if you're just not carrying a trailer. But I got some sleep on coming back from England. I got some sleep on the ferry because it actually went from the late night to the early morning. So anyway, this is kind of where I like to rest my vision. I'm going to turn this thing off. There's a different, a more minimized window. But this will show me where, where the companies are in the area. So, I think we're ready to go. I'm going to need to pull out there and take a left. So, I need to put it in gear. And I'm in drive there. Look out, wave to the folks. And give it a little gas. Alright, so it is I got 14-ton trailer. So I do have to drive, like a truck. I can't be driving like a race car. Going out here and taking a left, so I kind of need to make it a little bit wide. I'm going to use my signal. I know somebody said that the turn signal really doesn't do a whole lot. There's a car wheel. This guy's coming. But I think AI does pay attention, because I get the impression from using it that when I'm switching lanes and I got that signal on, they let me in. So I need to learn all about. I better come to a stop here. You can get traffic violations, I think, if there are police cars around. I think you don't get them if they're not around. But the AI car models are okay. The AI drivers are all right. I heard some people complain about them, but I haven't seen any really weird stuff. I do have to learn European traffic signs. I mean, everything's legit. So, you know, I'm in Holland. There's going to be a lot of German. And so there's, you know, there where it shows you up to the left, it doesn't let you go down. It doesn't let me go down that right, but it'll have AI traffic coming down that route. And another reason I picked Holland to start with is because I'm not really used to driving on the right-hand side of the road to be in England. I would drive in the UK, but it takes some getting used to. I got to be careful with my stops. But yeah, I'm looking over at my traffic light there. You can play music. You can play music that's in your music folder that you drop in there. But I don't want to play any because copyright stuff. I don't know. You know, sometimes they don't want to let that go to YouTube. But they also have web radio stations, which is kind of cool. And same thing, you could stream internet radio into it. So it's kind of like a player. It doesn't really play in the cab virtually in a sense, but it plays. So you can listen to music. I picked a whole bunch of different ones, from drum and bass to classical. And I actually could play classical because I think, you know, with copyright issues, it's usually a 75-year thing. You can play some good classical music and not worry about copyright. But I'm just not going to do it now. So I actually pause it, set you out to a pause menu. On my GPS there you see a 50. That's my max kilometers an hour, which is nice. It lets you know the speed where you're at. I need to get left up there at the highway, so I got to start thinking about that. But right after this car goes, I'll use a turn signal and show you kind of what I mean. Let this guy go, obviously. Turn signal on. I'm going to change lanes right after the intersection. Had a couple guys behind me. Turn it off. Yeah, so I didn't want to drive on the right side of the road or on the right side. Oh, I hit the wrong. I hit the wrong pedal. How long have I been driving? I was like, why am I not slowing down? Initially, I had on the demo, I had everything was default set up to my one pedal, my fuel. So when I hit the gas, I was on the gas, but when I let off it applied the brake. So it was all on the same axis. I've since fixed that. See, my GPS says I gotta stay right there, which is kind of nice. So I fixed that. Now I got different pedals, so now I let off the gas, and I just let off the gas. I do have cruise control, which is nice. So on the highway driving, you could do some. I'm gonna do some highway driving here, so I'm gonna use my cruise control. There you get to see Amsterdam, although we're kind of by this whoa, sound dampening thing here. I want to go wide on my turns, but I can't go in the other lane there. And that's kind of where I'll pull up my right virtual mirror, so I don't have to tilt my head way over and see that. But there's where the P for petrol. You pull over and get gas there. But I'm going to turn those mirrors off now. And I can go 80 kilometers here. I'm looking at my speedometer there on the left. I'm going to set my cruise right around 80. I don't know how long I'm going to be going. We're coming just under it. Cruise control. I said I got my feet off the pedal. I got to be careful around turns though. So I'm going to switch. Oops, no, I did the wrong thing there. Alright, so there it kind of shows me my orientation. I'm heading east towards Germany, and now turning south. I've never been to Holland, so I can't really say how accurate this is, but everything looks really good. I really like the way this looks. They did a pretty good job modeling these. You do see a lot of sunflowers, so for what that's worth. Stop, there's the police. So I do have to keep. Yeah, you can get. I think in the demo I got a speeding ticket. So wait, I'm gonna need to go right here. So there it is, Colm Liège. So we speak. I gotta learn some German so I can understand what some of this says. But speak a little bit of French, so I'm okay when in France. But I haven't really been in France much. Coming down the ramp in a hurry there. There we go. 100. It says the speed limit's up to 100 here, but I don't see it at 100 yet. That's funny. I don't know how when that comes into play. Must be going uphill a little bit here because I got the pedal on the floor. I want to set my cruise. I'll just set it here. There we go. I don't know if I have to worry about clearance or anything under any tunnels. I think that I do. I have to get, I've got a, hold on a second, I'm trying to look at my keyboard. Oh, look out, look out. That's what I got, trying to shut this thing off. Got a program that takes voice commands. I could set it up so that when I say certain things, it will do keystrokes. It's called VoiceBot. I want to do that so I can have some verbal commands for some of these actions, like opening and closing that the virtual GPS overshot, because the one on the dash there doesn't have all the functionality that the other one does. Here, now if I get going straight, I can look out my windows at this river. I don't know what this river would be, but there we are, heading along at a good clip. Not much to see. Holland pretty flat, but we're on the A72, so I think the highways are pretty accurate here too. I mean, highway numbers and everything. So yeah, they really do put a lot into these. I'm pretty impressed with them. And I do eventually want to get American Truck Simulator, but I thought, well, I don't see much Europe. I have been to LA and all those places. I've never been to Northern Europe. I've been to Italy and just southern France, but not done much else. So there we go. There's certain things you got. I've got horn, headlights, windshield wipers, all that stuff. But I like the cab. Cab's pretty nice. It's a nice smooth ride. Nice day. I have the rain setting. They've got a weather setting where the weather comes in intermittently, and I've got it set. Looks like about 25% rain. I figure that's about right during the summer. In Germany, you got about a 25% chance of rain on average. Maybe that's a bit much. Oh no, I don't. I'm not coming over. I'm not coming over. I thought the lane was good. Liège Colne. Yeah, for the amount of French I took, I understand a lot more than I read. Liège, and I sound just awful speaking other languages. But so I could work my way around France. Not too bad, but I don't understand much German. I gotta learn some of it. It's kind of fun in game, if I can learn some German, some Swedish, I can drive in those areas and understand what I'm looking at on the signs. I mean, you can get around. All I really gotta do is follow my GPS, but it helps to to see the road signs and see right now. Here again, I want to bring out my little map because I want to see what direction I'm actually heading. For some reason, I don't have. I don't know why they don't have, there's a lot of gas stations here. P is for petrol again. They don't have a compass, so I can't tell just by looking at, looking anywhere along my dash what direction I'm heading. I don't believe. I don't see a compass anywhere around there. But you would think you'd have one. I mean, now I'm going southeast, heading into Germany here. Is this a way station? I don't have to stop it. It's just a rest stop. There are way stations in the game where you have to weigh. I do have to pay attention to road signs. So I don't know exactly what any of that means, but You can see the bed icon there on my virtual GPS starting and getting blue at the bottom. As it gets more toward the top, your driver's going to start to... Now, I saw someone playing before, and I think you start to hear yawning noises when you're getting really tired. And then if you get super tired, they'll give partial blackouts. Your vision will start to creep in, and they'll even go blank for a minute. Well, you can hear your truck running, or you're driving along blind, and you may crash. So you do have to take that seriously. You could turn that off in the settings. I don't know what German city that is. Oops, looking out the window now. But let's see where we're at on. Oh, Dusseldorf. That's Dusseldorf off to our left. That's where we're gonna end up going. We're gonna go south of Cologne and come back around. But yeah, Western Germany, pretty nice here. Now, again, they said the scale for this is 1/20th. So 20 miles transfers down to 1 mile in this game. So you drive 1 mile here, and it's like you're going 20, which is nice. It gives you long enough to be driving for a while, but not nothing ridiculous. I gotta turn this thing off again. I gotta work this out with my visual so I can see. I like to keep an eye on my GPS down there, and just a little bit of my left mirror. Yeah, since this game is so old, I can run it at max settings. I don't have the fastest machine, but I can run it at max settings. They want me to go left here. See, I turned my turn signal on, and now, geez, I guess they're not really letting me. I gotta come over there, guys. Alright, I guess I really didn't do much. And I'm getting great, I'm getting good frames and stuff. I don't know, it could lag slightly from here to there. Possibly. Watch that right side as well. You're driving in the grass. This is a thin little ribbon of an on-ramp. But hold on a second. I'm trying to concentrate. It is nice how when they merge, the lanes don't actually merge here. I mean, they peel onto they add to the highway, but you don't have to wait for traffic. So yeah, now we're heading east to central Germany, and then head up north towards Dusseldorf. The cruise on here, 78 kilometers an hour. I gotta learn the metric system too, so I can figure out what that is in miles per hour. It's like, I don't know what it is. That's 55 miles an hour. So yeah, I mean the scale, it's good. I like it. There's different, there's different. And it's got it's Cologne. I don't know. The Dusseldorf's back up north of it. There's car dealers or truck dealers. So once right now again, I'm freelancing, so I'm just using whatever trucks is ready for the job. But after a certain point, I'll earn some money, and then I'll take out a bank loan. Some banks I can take out up to $100,000 or something. Most of the entry-level trucks are just above $100,000. So I want to save up a little bit more and get one that's not like bottom of the line. And then I can start driving for a company, and they'll start giving me jobs. And then eventually, like I said, you'll work it. So also on the map there, you see the yellow. It's gray where you've never been, and it's yellow showing where you've been. So as I go along, it's filling up yellow. And then, when I look at the main map, you'll get to see that it's filling up more yellow. Here's some road signs. Take a look at what's going on. Duisburg, Dusseldorf, Frankfurt. Alright, that's us. It's a little windy here, but I gotta watch my trailer. I come over across the lanes too much. Oh, I need to get off here. Hold on. Cologne, that's my stop. I wasn't seeing those right arrows. Slow down, slow down. Alright, now I'm turning left here. I don't know what that sign means. See, I gotta figure out what those signs mean. I presume it means yield. Alright, I think I'm good here. Got somebody following me. My car, I gotta clear that turn. Alright, guy. It's a bit. I'm gonna follow this Nucleon French driver here in Germany. 60 is the speed limit here. I can turn off my right mirror, I think. Starts to get a little more windy here. I believe Cologne is Cologne. I think Cologne is the English variant of that. Alright. Dusseldorf is where we're headed, so we're going straight. I have a parking gear I can put on. I'm just going to hold my foot on the brake. Here we're moving. Got the green light. Is that the police? Yeah, it's a police car. I guess the police cars are pretty accurate here. I mean, I was in England and they looked like English police cars. Somebody was saying, I think in the United States they all look pretty accurate, so. Did he just pull him behind me? I don't even know. Changing information on my dash there. But I kind of like. Oh, there we go. There's my speed. That's a little bit more. Because I can't really read what that other stuff says too easily. But Dusseldorf, that's our spot. Oh, this is a 2-lane road. Is this guy passing me? I don't even know. Just passed me. I think it is a 2-lane road. He just passed me. Going that slow. I don't need gas. Oh, there's my fuel gauge on the right. Totally off the gas here. I've got a little bit of rain on the windshield there. So I'm gonna turn on my windshield wiper. Intermittent. I think I'm supposed to put my headlights on for this, but maybe it's gotta get a little bit darker. I'm gonna watch the cars around me and see when they turn their lights on. Yeah, it's getting darker. I don't see anybody else with their headlights on yet, but I'm putting mine on. Oops, that's my. I don't want to be the last guy to do it. I know we're coming downhill a little bit. I gotta hit my brakes. All right. I think we're coming up on our depot up here. The road's getting pretty wet there. You can see it. I didn't see. I do see a little bit of rain coming up. Okay, the truck in front of me is kicking up some rain. I guess the cars are kicking up a little bit too. That's kind of good. Dusseldorf discovered. So far, every city I've gone to says it's been discovered because I haven't been there yet. I have never been to Dusseldorf. This is my first time. Aren't you special? Alright. And I presume this looks like Dusseldorf. I've met someone from Dusseldorf. Really nice guy. I presume they're all really nice. And there's our city. And the Black Forest or whatever we got there. A lot of history around here. Let's see, windshield wipers are working just fine. Here's the freight area of town. Making our way in. Turn up the style of that guy. There's the FCP depot. Game saving. Got a yield here. No, the yield sign is the same as that in the States. Oh. People are driving slow. And I've got an automatic turn signal too, so once I straighten my wheel out, it shuts off. When I'm changing lanes, it doesn't. I have to kind of, pay attention to it. Now, is this... Okay, this isn't my stop. I'm going to Euro Goodies. This is Stokes. Euro Goodies is the next turn here. See, my sleep meter on my bed is like halfway up now. So I guess that is a long, kind of a long drive. Oh, I got traffic behind me. Okay, and there it shows my spot. I picked... You can just pull in the parking lot and call it a day, and that's it. Or you could put it somewhere kind of easy, and they'll haul it out. But I picked the realistic parking, so I can skip at some point and not get the experience points. But this gets me like a lot of experience, and I can use that for skill points. Now this is a tough spot. What I may do is back it down there. Ooh, I don't even know what I just rolled over. Alright. Yeah, this is going to be a little tough. Okay, so I gotta go to neutral, then reverse. I need to go this way. Well, maybe I'd go right in this spot. No, I don't want to hit the other trailer there. Okay, I'm not going to be able to do that. Here's where I can kind of show you the other... This one? Yeah, this will show you the top-down version. That lets you see kind of where you need to be. Going forward. I mean, this is kind of cheating, but... Ooh, I'm rolling over something there. I don't know what it is, but it made that. Let's see, I'm gonna switch. Oops, wait, no, I want to go like this way. This is gonna be tough. This is tough. But I gotta get it in there. I don't want to hit this trailer. See, I still gotta straighten out somewhat here. I need to get back in the cab here to see where I'm at. Look at my front mirror so I can see how close I can get there. That's what the front mirror is good for. Now I gotta go, it's counterintuitive. Like you gotta turn the opposite direction. Here we go, now I think we're getting it. Now I gotta bring it back around this way. Cripes. Hold on a second. I can't even see my window there. I want to come this way. Come straight like this. Now I want to bring it back this way and then turn it. I'm gonna cheat and use the. There we go. Oh, now I gotta bring it back over. I don't want to go too far. I think if I get it most of the way. There we go. Hold on. I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna come forward just a little bit. Okay, I came back too much. I'm gonna get in that spot just right. Just right. Hold on. There we go. Alright. Now, neutral, put my parking brake on right there, and hit the T button. Runs down the trailer. There we go. 313 kilometers, 5 hours, 35 minutes. Fuel consumed 124.1 liters, I assume. Base reward, I got 44, almost 4,500 euros. 313 experience proficiency bonus, plus an extra 124 long distance delivery, which is pretty cool. Longer distance skill rank 1. 78 experience points, a bonus for parking the trailer. So now I think if I come out here, yeah, I can assign more things. Now I could do additional types of dangerous stuff. I could do higher value cargo, fragile cargo. Some guy was telling, I was reading, was saying go for the long distance stuff, because the distance is really going to kind of get you more job options, and then from there you can level up these other things. But I don't want to go totally on that without doing these other things yet. But I'm going to apply that for now and then work on some of those other ones later. Did get some mail. We can help you grow, says the bank. We couldn't notice your steady earnings, like to assist you with the developing potential. Credit limit's been raised to 500,000. So, I may go buy a truck. I'll have to do that. I'm gonna have to take a look at that. There's a truck dealer in Brussels. I can only go to truck dealers that I have been to. So that's kind of, you know, if I can sit out on the road without a trailer and go to a city, or I could just travel to a city and get my truck that way. But that's kind of the game. So now here, if I go to the world map again, it'll show me, you know, I come out a little bit there. There's where I've been in yellow. So yeah, if I come all the way, well, I am all the way out. You know, all the gray, that's all the places I can go, and I've been to yellow. So Rotterdam, Lille, Calais, Dover. Went around London to Felixstowe, back to Rotterdam, Amsterdam, Dusseldorf. So now I'll start my next one in Dusseldorf. I'll be able to go a little bit further. Might be able to go, you know, as far east as Hanover or Frankfurt. I can go down there, maybe out to Paris. So I don't know. I mean, I just got to kind of think about where I want to go, and I'm also measuring that against, you know, how much money I want to make, the most lucrative jobs. If I go from here, again, I could say quick job. I think it's taken me, okay, so I can say I'm in Dusseldorf, and you know, the moneymaker is going to be going to Groningen, which is someplace I've never been. So I might go there next. Honey, 20 tons of honey. I could bring chicken meat to Metz. I've never been to Metz, and that takes me further south. So it just depends if I want to go, you know, where I want to go next. Back to Amsterdam. That's the same route I just came. I kind of want to explore, so I think I'm going to end up going to new cities. Osnabrück. Those are the jobs that are here. I'll probably end up going to Groningen. Keeps me back in Holland. Keeps me close to home. Anyway, if you like it, then I'll do it and I'll broadcast it. Go to my skills here. Oh, my progress history again. That kind of shows you. So yeah, these are my jobs. My first job was across town in Rotterdam, a ventilation shaft, Rotterdam to Rotterdam. Then I went to Lille, delivered plums, took roof lights to Calais, chemicals over to Felixstowe, and then sawdust panels back to Rotterdam, ice cream over to Amsterdam, and then grapes to Dusseldorf, where I presume they'll make wine. Anyway, nice Riesling. Okay, thanks. Bye.